Hey guys, welcome to day one of my trading results using EliteAlgo. So for you guys that have been following the channel, I've been doing some more of these indicator systems, in particular LuxAlgo. And then just the other day I bought EliteAlgo as well. There's so many of these. There's LoonAlgo, EliteAlgo, LuxAlgo. It just goes on and on and on. And so, driven by my big success with the LuxAlgo, which was right here, so I'm keeping spreadsheets of all my trades on these. I've done really well with LuxAlgo, so I did a couple of more trades today. It brought my total trading LuxAlgo in May to $9,290, win rate of about 75 or 76%, which is awesome. And this is using a simple scalp strategy on SPY, just using puts and calls, settings, particular settings, which I've talked about in other videos. And if you follow me on this channel, like subscribe or come join the Facebook group that I run, I can go through those particular settings. And I have a video that I'll link to as well, which has the settings I've been using for LuxAlgo, which is fantastic. So I've been doing so well with it. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to start testing all of these different algo things, right? So all these different EliteAlgo, LoonAlgo, all these. So I started with EliteAlgo. I got it the other day. I wrote this article, which is like an overview of EliteAlgo. It's run by this group, Elite Signals. I'll leave a link in the description so you can come and get it. There's links in here to buy it at the best possible price as well, which is similar to LuxAlgo, maybe a little more expensive. Don't think they give coupon codes as readily as LuxAlgo does. So I did a video about my initial impressions. There's a Discord which is really good. I'm still trying to navigate my way around that. I'll do a video about what I found with that. But I thought today, after setting it up the other day, which was relatively easy, I thought I'd just take a few trades and then talk about how that went. So unfortunately it went pretty badly, and I'm not really quite sure why. And so let me show you what happened roughly. So let's start by looking at the chart. So this is today's chart on SPY. So you guys know I'm just trading SPY these days. I don't know why, I just keep things simple. 1 minute time frame. I'm scalping in and out of the SPY signals depending on the signal, right? So I'm not following the exit that well. Often I'll just take 10% off pretty quickly to protect myself and let the rest ride up. And if it comes back down, I'll sell the other half break even, or the other 40% or whatever I've scaled out at. And that works really well with LuxAlgo. So I was using a similar strategy with EliteAlgo. And I hope I'm not going to get too confusing here with all these different algos. So it's important to know that we're currently looking at EliteAlgo, because they all look so similar as well, right? So a few things I learned today. First of all is the settings I've been using are, when you click on here, enable buy and sell signals. Put it on auto tuner, which is basically tuning the sensitivity to fit the market, which for short-term stuff. So that's what I did. It's similar settings to what I use with LuxAlgo. And then all I did here is put the fast trend cloud. Now maybe I need to try the fast trend scalper tomorrow, but I was using the fast trend cloud as a confirmation signal. And then I'll use the enable profit stop loss type thing sometimes, but it's not that helpful so far. And then I've got the market panel down on the right here, which hopefully you can see. I really like this feature, but I found it to be kind of useless. So I like the idea of it is these are the time frames, so 5 minute, 15, 30 minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours, and 1 day. So when those all align green, that means the overall sentiment for the market is bullish, and it would be a good idea to take buy signals, and vice versa. If it's all red, it'd be a good idea to do sell signals. Unfortunately, this is the first time that it aligned all day. Usually it was a mixture, so it wasn't very helpful. Like, it wasn't really a trended market, I guess. But also, if you look at what actually happened at the end of the day, we had a very quick spike. So this is 1 day, just today, from market open, just on the side here. Let's see, make sure I got this right. Actually, I'm zoomed in. Let me just get this proper right. Yeah, so we gapped open this morning right here, and then the market just closed over here. So here's the thing. So the time frames here are all saying green. So you're like, okay, cool, I'll take a buy signal. That makes sense, right? So a smart buy came in, and it just immediately failed. So it came in here, and it just boom, immediately failed. So I guess they don't include the 1 minute time frame on this, so that might be the part of the problem I'm having. So I tried switching to a 5 minute time frame. I had a little bit of success with that, but all the 1 minute trades I did pretty much failed today. So let's reset this out and have another look. Try and set this. So like here. Alright, so this is market open. And so on the 1 minute, you can see how many buy and sells we had. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About a dozen buy and sells, right? And so my thought process was similar to Lux, and it would have worked on some of the signals. So for example, with Lux I use the smart trail thing, but with this I'm using this other thing that's kind of like a stochastic indicator. So I figured if we come down and get a smart buy and we're above the green indicator here, then it's probably a good idea to write it up. And this signal worked really well, which is great. Sell up here, perfect. This one worked really well as well. However, I just got stuck in the chop, so like I would get the smart buy and I decided, I'm not buying it because it's below the red, so I'm not going to do that. And then this one I didn't get either, so I missed that one. And so there's just a lot of missed opportunities. So I'm wondering if I just got unlucky today. Here's the thing. If you're going to do these strategies, this is a big problem with trading alerts and these indicator systems. They have to have a high enough percentage win that if you miss a lot of them, you can still be profitable, right? It's no good if 9 out of 10 are all losers and then the 10th one is a huge winner, because the chances of you being in that 10th one, especially if you're busy throughout the day, is going to be small. And that's what I'm finding great about LuxAlgo, is the win percent is so high that most of the way that I'm doing, at least, the signals are working really well. So I'm not getting stuck with just having to do, a one losing trade. My feeling is today, at least on EliteAlgo, there was a few nice winners, but a lot of them were break even or even losses. So this whole sort of section here was break even or loss, or not an entry, right? So that's the other thing. There's a lot of times where the confluence doesn't add up, but it still works, and you miss that trade. For example, like this one, the sell signal appeared, but it was still green, so you don't really want to be going short. I mean, if you use this idea that it cut down through here hard, gas could have entered here, just written it down. So the signals do work. It's just I've not been able to make them work very well for me yet. But it's day one, so I'm not too bothered, especially the open though. Look how bad this was. A buy signal in the first 1 minute candle and then sell off. Buy signal here. But remember, you're getting in at the top of each candle. And so you're going to take a loss on this trade. This one would also been a loss or about break even. There was a few good ones. This one, nice sell signal here. So I'm not saying by any means, like, there's a middle of the day here, it's pretty good. Not saying by any means that this is a bad program. I just don't have it dialed in the way that I do with LuxAlgo just yet. And so I was a little disappointed. I'll show you the results from my trades. I'm keeping 2 separate logs, keeping one for LuxAlgo, which is doing great. Again, I did 2 trades on LuxAlgo today, these 2. And these went pretty well, 7%, 20% win, and that helped offset the losses. So if I switch to the EliteAlgo, these are the trades I did on EliteAlgo today, and you can see that, I'll turn this one green because it should be a win. You can see that the losses were much higher. So I won, looks like 2, 4, 6 trades. I won 33% of the time, so 33% win rate, but really this and this one were pretty small wins, like compared to the losses, right? Especially these 2 losses. This win pretty good. You can see the percentage stuff here. This was pretty much a break even if you think about it, 1.79%, 22%. Quite big losses as well, so maybe it was just a bad day in particular. You can see some of my notes on the right here. Difficult start to the day, very little confluence, good trade, but confluence stuff is messed up. So there's definitely something. I think what I'll do tomorrow is I'll mess with the confluence stuff. Maybe I'll switch to a different scalping thing. We could even look at it now in a sec. This thing just switched from long to short randomly. Yeah, oh, this is hard. Yeah, so you can see, wasn't having a good day with EliteAlgo today. Let's have a quick look before we finish up here. I'm going to try and do these daily. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up. There's so much going on. I'm going to try and do these things daily though. Let's have a look. So instead of putting on so you have a choice of these different things. So instead of the fast trend cloud, let's put the trend scalper on. Maybe that'll be better. So let's see how that changes. Oh yeah, that's right. I looked at this and it wasn't as visually appealing. It looks like it gives a similar result. So if we superimpose them and then move this out of the way. So yeah, so this is what I looked at before. You can see that this fast trend cloud, which looks like a stochastic, does kind of line up with this other thing, this trend scalper. But it's much more clear visually, but they do line up pretty much the same, if not better, right? So the cell's coming in here and it's turning red here. Whereas like, this is just so wishy-washy with this fast trend cloud. So like you can see like that or that. I preferred the fast trend cloud over the trend scalper. And let's look at a few more things here. You can see it's the same for most signals. So that's why I made this decision to stay with the, not quite familiar with all the names of these things, especially with having EliteAlgo as one of my main tools at the moment as well. So let's get rid of this guy. So for me, the trend scalper seems useless compared to what I've been using. You can see the turning point is similar here. It just makes my eyes hurt looking at this like faded weird cloud thing. So what I'll probably try and do tomorrow is I'll give it one more go. I'm going to size down my positions though, because I don't want to lose too much money on this. And I want to give it a fair try, because a lot of people, I think, especially when you're new to the system, like often don't give things a fair go, and they'll give up before they can find profitability. So, I've been doing this for a decade now, and it's definitely one of the pitfalls that I find. So I'm not going to be discouraged or anything about this right now. I'm going to give it a week, but I'm definitely sizing down my positions when I'm using EliteAlgo rather than Lux. Let's have a quick look at some other stuff here, though. I'll use this time to see what else I might try tomorrow. Let's see what Trend Helper does. Never been a fan of these weird binary things. EliteAlgo has something like this as well. I don't think that would help. It puts in this like weird line. I mean, maybe. If you were reluctant to get in on this sideways and then it changes, then you might get in. That might help. It stayed red all the way to here and only turned green, so you'd have a late entry on here. Huh. So right off the bat, it doesn't seem like that would be particularly useful for me either. I mean, this could just well be that it's not really great for 1 minute scalping. It's interesting that the time frame doesn't go as low as 1 minute on the right here. So let's get rid of that. Swing high and lows, auto trend lines. So there's a lot of things to check out here. I'm going to try my scalping 1 minute strategy a bit more before I start changing and checking different time frames, and then trying to come up with a better strategy. So bear with me. It'll be a few more videos of me trying to see if I can make the 1 minute SPY scalping work. It obviously does at times. It's just see if we can get that rate up a little bit more, the win rate up, so that I'm not just getting into the losing trades. Again, it may just be that I got into the losing trades today, but I find it interesting that I still was able to do really well on EliteAlgo today, despite that. One last thing let's look at. This might get a little complex, but let's superimpose EliteAlgo on top of the EliteAlgo. So let's just have a quick look at a signal somewhere. Let's pick like here. So EliteAlgo is, this is going to get complicated. EliteAlgo is this little buy sign. EliteAlgo is this little buy sign. So you can see Lux called it a little bit earlier in this case. Let's see what else. Again here, this is EliteAlgo and this is EliteAlgo. It's a little bit earlier again. Similar on this one, you can see Lux and Elite. Still say Lux got this one a little bit sooner, just that one candlestick sooner. I hope this makes sense to people. I think people that are using Lux or Elite or both will be able to tell what's going on here, but this was Lux indicator for a short and this was Elite's indicator for a short. So a little bit of a difference, not a whole lot, but a little bit. But you can see that Elite is adding in these other things that didn't really go anywhere, whereas Lux isn't. So it could be part of the problem. I'm just getting more fake out signals on EliteAlgo than I am on EliteAlgo. So that could be a problem. That could be, it could definitely be an issue. One thing we could look at really quick is how many signals we had on Lux compared to Elite, and see if we're getting too many signals, because sometimes on these things I think you can end up with the settings being too sensitive and it just gives you a ton of garbage. So let's just look at Lux here, set it for the day. So this is turning into a longer video than I thought. Thursday, May 25th, this was the start of the day over here. So we're looking at, like, for the day, I guess, including this candle, see, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not that many different from what we had on Elite, but they do look like they're profitable more often, and that's what my experience was today. So anyway, come and check out this article. It's where I'm going to be putting all the EliteAlgo stuff. Also check out the Lux stuff that I'm doing. I think it's pointed out in the Discord that you can get EliteAlgo using my coupon code, which I'll leave in the description below. And you can get a year for something like $342, which is crazy, crazy good, especially given the results that I've been having from EliteAlgo right here. Bear in mind, you have to tailor a strategy that fits your personality and your trading style, and it's not something I can't just promise you'll just start being able to duplicate a 75% win rate and $9,000 in a week and a half. Depends on your account size, it depends on your strategy, it depends on so much stuff, and I was testing this and practicing this for weeks before, you know, I'm like, okay, this works. So I'm happy recommending EliteAlgo to you guys right now. I would say EliteAlgo, the jury's definitely still out, so let's see how it goes. I don't want to rule it out because sometimes, you know, sometimes things can come through and be fantastic in the end. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.